Hey, Mitch, where are you? Yeah, the show's about to start. Oh, you can't make it today? Aw, that's too bad. I hope you get better. And I sure hope you can come back pretty soon. Okay, bye, take care. Mitch will not be able to come today, which means I get to host the show all by myself. Finally, yeah! Finally. By the way, my name's Gab. This is my garage. This is my show, Gab to Go! Yeah! Bring the TV in. Oh, now it's time for us to see who's our uploader for today. You know, hosting by myself is more exciting than I thought. Take a look at this.
Hi, Gab, and hello to everyone, all the viewers, and to all my loving millions and millions of fans. Hello. I'm really sorry that I'm not there right now. Actually, I don't want to join Gab hosting the show anymore. Honestly, I would just want to stay at home and read stories than host the show with Gab. You see, lately, I don't know, it's like we've been reading about, short stories and narratives, and I found that, I wanted to look into it, so I did. And I started really, really liking it a lot. So, yeah, I'd rather just do that. I love reading. You can choose which genre of prose literature suit your fancy, from legends, novels, short stories, fables, or even essays. Essays are considered to be a narrative.
Mitch, what's going on? First you don't show up, and then you turn out to be an uploader? What's going on, Mitch? You're confusing the viewers.
No, Gab, I'll stay here. I have learned a lot from reading. Aside from our class discussion, I have read that a legend is a form of prose about an origin of a thing, place, location, or name. The events are imaginary, devoid of truth, and unbelievable. An example of this is the legend of Mariang Makiling. And Mariang Makiling.
Isa pa?
Mariang Makiling. And
Okay.
yes. And the Tausug story of creation. A short story is a narrative involving one or more characters, one plot, and one single impression. Just like the story of Pilandok and the Crocodiles. A play is a scripted story divided into acts, and these acts are divided into scenes. It's a composition in verse or prose intended to portray life or character, or to tell a story, usually involving conflicts and emotions through action and dialogue, and typically designed for theatrical performance. This can be categorized into ethnic plays. These are plays based on old Filipino folklore and old traditions. An example of this is the Pamanhikan, which focuses on the courtship rituals in the pre-colonial times. Plays from the Spanish era. These plays are mostly about Catholic festivities. Examples of this are the Cenaculo or Passion of the Christ, Penitencia or Penitence, and the Moro Moro, which portrays the strain between the Catholics and the Muslims. Plays from the American era ushered in the Zarzuela, which are plays with singing and dancing. The zarzuelas in this era usually had themes about patriotism and revolution. Anak ng Dagat, Child of the Sea, 1921, and Dalagang Bukid, Country Maiden, 1919. An essay. This is an attempt to express viewpoint and opinion of the writer about a particular topic. You know, the ones we have at school, especially during exams. It's the last part of the exam where usually, when you can answer it, you get 5 free points. And my favorite, the Fable, which is a fictitious narrative that deals with animals and inanimate objects who speak and act like people, just like the story of the boastful turtle and the monkey. I can say that literature, aka narratives, aka stories, are the cheapest ticket to travel because these can take you places just by sitting and reading. It challenges your imagination and creativity to provide the visuals as you read. And according to my teacher, literature is a form of art because it becomes a person's outlet for self-expression. Like, aside from dancing and painting and narratives, as I mentioned before, they also reflect a nation's culture. I have downloaded a fable for everyone to see, so here it is.
There was once a turtle who talked so much that no creature could bear to be near him. He talked about anything and everything, and his favorite topics were flying and himself. Older and wiser creatures advised him to speak less and be more content with his lot, but the turtle would listen to no one. He wanted to fly. He called out to a goose in flight once as she was flying off to meet her flock.
Teach me how to fly.
I can't right now. My flock is migrating for the cold season.
But I want to fly, and I want to fly now.
So the goose and the turtle came to the flock and asked if anyone could help the turtle out. Another goose suggested,
He could bite sideways on a thick, strong stick, while two of us would hold either end of the stick in our beaks. But he should not speak while biting the stick, or else he will fall and we could do nothing about it.
They knew how boastful he was, and besides that, they thought he belonged better on the ground. But the turtle bullied the geese into taking him along. They reminded the turtle as they started to lift themselves off the ground.
Mind you, never open your mouth while we are above ground.
So, biting a stick held horizontally by two strong geese, the boastful turtle became the very first of his kind to experience flight. Below him were trees shrinking until to the size of mushrooms, fields looking like small patches of grass, rivers turning into silver snakes. But, most of all, he saw the other earthbound creatures of the world looking up at him.
They must think I'm a magnificent creature to have come so high above. Well, I really am so marvelous. I feel like I'm the greatest turtle in the world.
The turtle became so caught up in this delusion that, while looking down on his earthbound brothers, he opened his mouth to boast. The poor being's mindless conceit made him plunge to his untimely death.
These are not the only types of prose literature. Aside from that, we also have poetry, which is the lyric and dramatic branch of literature. Here are some of the most renowned Filipino poets and their equally famous works. Kamay ng Birhen, Virgin's Hands, a short Tagalog poem by Jose Corazon de Jesus, aka Huseng Batute. Awa sa Pag-ibig, Pity in Love, a short Tagalog love poem by Jose de la Cruz, aka Huseng Sisiw. Ang Kanyang Mga Mata, Her Eyes, a short Tagalog love poem by Clodoaldo del Mundo. Ang Matampuhin, The Sulker, The Sensitive One, a Tagalog poem by Lope K. Santos. Sa Tabi ng Dagat, By the Seashore, a famous 19th century Tagalog love poem by Ildefonso Santos. Many Voices, 1939, Jose Garcia Villa's first collection of poems.
Hey guys, before our break, our uploader, Mitch, my former co-host, just shared with us her newfound interest. Sorry guys, I thought this was going to be fun. I miss my best friend.
Gab.
God?
Gab.
Big brother?
Do you really want Mitch to return to the show? Are you sure about that?
Of course, big brother.
Why don't you convince her? She's probably watching you right now.
What will I tell her?
Just tell her, Gab, that you let her pick the video for next week. And be a little nicer to her.
Okay. Okay, big brother, I promise. I promise I'll do that. I promise.
You promise?
I promise.
Promise?
Promise.
All right, Gab, you better keep your promise.
Ooh.
Well, all right, guys, that's it for today's show.
Wait, hey, that's not nice. Like, you really made me host the show by myself. That gets me upset, you know? And friends, they don't play this kind of pranks.
But you always tease me.
Alright, fine. I'm sorry for teasing you, okay? Sorry for making fun of your dancing or whatever you're doing.
Hey, it's okay. We just have to be more sensitive to each other's feelings, all right? Because that's how friends are.
Okay, fine. In one condition.
What?
I get to show next week's video?
No, that's not
But
fair. No.
Not fair? What?
No.
Are you kidding me?
I
You
don't
made
want
me
you to
host the
do
show
it.
by myself.
You promised.
It's still not right.
You promised.
You played a prank on me.
You're so unfair.
I'm unfair?
You promised
You're
me.
the one who
Come
made me
on.
host the show all by myself.
I'm gonna go make my own show.
You know, guys, I don't think we're going to finish anytime soon, so next week, okay? Bye.
Bye.
But still, you're supposed to...
No, I believed in you. You promised me. You can't take it
But
back.
I'm being fair to you.
Come on, please.
But you're so
I wanna
mean.
do
You did a
it.
prank to me.
Come on.
And you're going to make your own
Come
show.
on.
Just find a garage somewhere
No,
else.
no, no. I will take it.
No, I won't listen. Just talk to the head, Mitch.
Here's a quick recap of the forms of prose literature. First is legend, a form of prose about an origin of a thing, place, location, or name. We also have the short story, which is a narrative involving one or more characters, one plot, and one single impression. Then there's the essay, an attempt to express the opinion of the writer about a particular topic. Do not forget Fable, a fictitious narrative that deals with animals and inanimate objects who speak and act like people. Play or drama is another form of prose literature. It is a composition involving conflicts and emotions through action and dialogue. Play or drama can be categorized into ethnic plays, plays based on old Filipino traditions, plays from the Spanish era, plays about Catholic festivities, plays from the American era, Dawn of the Zarzuela, which are plays with singing and dancing. Poetry, on the other hand, is the lyric and dramatic branch of literature. And here are some famous Filipino poets. Jose Corazon de Jesus, aka Huseng Batute. Jose de la Cruz, aka Huseng Sisiu. Clodoaldo del Mundo. Lope K. Santos. Ildefonso Santos. Jose Garcia Villa.
From generations to generations, so they could adapt to that. And that's simply because narratives reflect culture.
I love reading books. My latest fascination is the collection of Filipino narratives.
Once upon a time, a very beautiful young woman was wooed by a handsome young man. His countenance was divine and every movement graceful.
Well, that's an interesting question. If given the chance to change an ending,